Welcome to episode 43 of Slice and Dice Dreadcast. I'm your host, Joey Colombo, coming in from Brooklyn, New York, here with my two compadres. Coming down south, J Mac.
What up, people?
And up north, Billy Cha-Cha.
Hey, Happy New Year's, boys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. 2019, whatever the fuck we're in now. It's going too fast.
Right? 2019, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's that time of year, battling colds. I'm a little nasally tonight. Ever since that episode of Horror Mafia podcast, that New Year's Eve party, man, on.
Oh,
Treacherous night that night, eh?
was I there?
Oh, I don't know. Were you?
I don't know.
Your body was.
Oofa.
That was the beauty of chaos right there.
Oh,
That whole fucking
You're gonna
episode.
say beauty of a K-hole.
that is something you do not want to go back to listen to.
No.
Hey, Bill, what's your favorite body part?
Is that a movie?
I think I asked Mike Merriman what was his not favorite body part, but it was another word I used for it. What was
Appendage.
no fuck. It was his, I don't know, his most like not favorite but most I don't know, but it was similar to that, and things got a little weird that night, especially in the last hour of things when I started Googling interesting, dirty questions to ask people.
Bill, would you rather have sex in 100-degree weather or in the freezing cold? What the hell is going on right
I honestly don't remember. So
now?
Yeah,
see, that's why I can't become president. Because of shit like that.
well, it worked for Ronald Reagan in fucking the Iran-Contra affair.
No, he had Oliver North to take the blame.
Oh shit. But yeah, so we're here, 2019. Slice and Dice is back in full effect. We're coming at you tonight with Black Mirror's Bandersnatch 2018. But before we get to the main course, not an anti-pos because it's not the Horror Mafia, but we gotta shoot the shit for a little bit like we normally do.
Right on.
But the social media has been blowing up with the memes for the box of the bird and the bird in the box, another Netflix affair. BC, I don't think you've seen that one yet, right?
I have not.
But J-Mac was blindfolded for the first half hour, I believe, but caught the last hour and a half.
Yeah, I woke up. My wife had already had it playing for a little bit by the time I woke up, so I wasn't like, overly wanting to see it, so I didn't give a shit that I missed the beginning. I was like, I'll just sit down and check it out from here. But
I thought it was a rom-com. I'm going through Netflix. I'm like, what is this? Sandra Bullock, Bird Box. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
What is this? Fucking Miscongeniality 3 Bird Box?
I saw a meme and it was like the lady from someone commented, the lady from Bird Box looks like Michael Jackson.
Oh,
The person wrote like, when did I get so old that Sandra Bullock became the lady from Bird Box?
crazy.
Like, God, have you never seen Speed, kid?
Come on, man.
Jesus.
They're together.
Or The Net.
Fucking Demolition Man.
Love Potion number 9.
Ooh, throwing it back. All good movies.
Yeah.
So here we are, Bird Box making a huge splash. I think it actually was a bad idea to release these things next to each other because Bandersnatch kind of like got overridden by the Bird Box.
Well, they both have vagina titles.
They definitely do, right? I think Dave Z made a post about that.
Nice.
I think he said he'd rather watch something about his wife's Bandersnatch. Oh man. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of hate out there for the Bird Box. I mean, I didn't think it was, best movie of the year, but I think it was a pretty damn good movie.
But this is the thing that I'm like, honestly, the majority of the people that I see like talking shit about it, how it's like horrible, most of them are the people that say that about anything that a lot of people like.
Halloween, that movie sucked.
Yeah, and you know what it is, a lot of it kind of also a lot of people know through the fucking podcasting stuff have been so like negative on it, and it's like, dude, you know, most of the people watching this aren't people who watch fucking movies like we do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Getting all this shit like, oh, it's the fucking happening, it's the quiet place, it's this, it's that. I was watching, I was like, it reminded me of what was that movie, The Road with Viggo Mortensen?
Yeah.
It was like that, like with all the flashbacks and shit. And I'm like, it's like that with like a supernatural element to it. Like, it's just to fucking enjoy this shit. Like, why do you gotta find a reason to be mad at people getting so excited about this stuff?
Yeah. I had no idea what to expect. I like the way how the story unravels. The post that Dave Z made was, the only Bird Box I want to see is my wife's Bandersnatch.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
I do want to see it.
It's definitely worth watching. 100%.
Yeah, like, you're not gonna watch and be like, "Oh, I'm pissed off that I did this." Like, people just bitching a bitch, man.
I just got mad about people fucking talking about it.
Yeah, like, you think so many people are like all over it, but to them, maybe it is a new idea. How many fucking people, you know, because we watch movies the way we do, we could compare it to A Quiet Place and The Happening and all that other shit.
Right.
Doesn't fucking mean the average person is gonna go and see those movies before.
Right. But you know what's another major factor into this? Two things. A, the fact that Sandy Bullock's in the movie, so she's an automatic draw. But another one that it's really taken storm in the last 3 years is the fact that it's on Netflix. It's like, I don't got to go to the movie theater to see it. I don't got to pay for a VOD to see it. It just got released on my TV today. I'm gonna watch it. Boom, easy peasy broccolese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that you have Sandra Bullock in a kind of like thriller horror movie, right? It's not like, it's not billed. It says scariest movie of the year, I believe, which definitely is not. Like, billing Hereditary as scariest movie of the year. Okay, that could be a contender. It has its moments.
But how many people who aren't horror fans went out to see Hereditary?
Oh, and if they did, they probably said it sucked.
Right.
Yeah, like, it's a different animal, man.
And I definitely see a similarity in a Quiet Place. I didn't see The Happening, but I definitely see a similarity in The Mist to this,
Yeah.
But Bill, what were you going to say?
I'm just saying that, like, normies are even seeing this all over the place. It's like when I say normie, the non-horror fan, like, it became a fucking phenomenon already, all over.
Well, that's just the power of the internet now, man. Like, and Joe said, because it's Netflix. If I went to the movies and put a Facebook post up like, oh, fucking, I don't know, what is like the newest movie out in the theaters, like Aquaman. If I was like, oh, Aquaman's awesome, you might read and be like, oh, maybe I'll go see Aquaman next week. If you sit on your couch doing nothing, you're like, all right, I'll put this shit on right fucking now because I have Netflix.
Yeah. Right. It's a major factor. It's the game changer. And it's also part of kind of what the whole fucking Bandersnatch is all about, right? At the end of the day, choices, free will, all that kind of shit, which we'll get to in a little bit. But, think about, Bird Box. It's just like, there, easy. You just said it. Boom, play. It's just like Stranger Things, like another factor on why that show was over the top. It's great. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love that show, the 80s nostalgia. But the fact that you could just pop it on, binge watch it, Netflix draw, boom. And Netflix has a lot more subscribers than other platforms like Amazon, which is people are not paying $100 a year for Prime, other platforms where people aren't paying other monthly fees like Hulu and whatnot. And Hulu, they're releasing a lot of TV programs, not really movies. So, I mean, the Netflix movie streaming release has been, pretty fantastic recently. They have a whole slew of films that,
Well, just before Bird Box blew up, everybody was talking about that shit what Jennifer Aniston did for them. I can't think of it. I was Dumpling or something. She did a movie with them.
No clue.
I saw that shit all over my fucking Facebook. People talking about this Jennifer Aniston movie with them, and then Bird Box came and kind of blew all that up.
But that's another thing about people where they're saying that Bird Box is the scariest movie. They said the same thing about Victoria. What was it? Veronica. I'm sorry.
Really?
Veronica was not scary at all.
It was more scary than Bird Box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
was more
but that's also
creepy.
built like that's also coming from a person who watches how many kinds of horror movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
If
just
you're
it.
yeah, like the majority of people on Netflix, what they say, like 16 million people fucking watched it like in the first weekend it was out.
I thought it was like 47 million or something
Yeah, maybe at one point it got even
in a
higher because I
week. I
saw
think. Yeah, in a week.
a
47
fucking thing like a meme like how Netflix is wondering how 16 million people watch this if there's only like 14 active accounts. Fucking, but you know,
Yeah, it's
most
crazy.
normal people watch a movie like Veronica and they're scared shitless. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. And this is the thing too. People, even my wife was saying it the other day, like, "Oh yeah, it's horror movies like popular now. Sandra Bullock's doing a horror movie. Like at 2018, Sandra Bullock at this point in her career is doing a horror movie.
Yeah, it's
That
the first
speaks
one.
volumes, bro. About this, she's one of the biggest female celebrities in the history of filmmaking. You know what I mean? She's fucking Sandy Bullock, bro. You don't fuck with Sandy Bullock. And she's doing and it's I don't even think it should be billed as a horror movie. It's definitely a horror movie, don't get me wrong. But it's very dystopian, very psychological thriller, you know what I mean? But then when the horror comes, it definitely comes, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
definitely a hybrid of
I
genres.
mean, but think about it.
I didn't see The Road, but I read The Road, and I
Okay.
definitely
You
see,
see what yeah.
And from the images that I've seen, like of the trailer or what, I've seen
Very
that
similar.
gray picture
They're
before.
moving along through this dystopian fucking thing and they're having flashbacks to the beginning of it or before, whatever, the same kind of deal.
I mean, we've seen this template. We did this when we did The Mist on Mafia. I mean, when I first watched The Mist too, because I'd never seen it. It's that template where, it's people against the question mark, right? And there's some kind of deficiency, and whether it's I can't go outside because of a mist, or I gotta be quiet because it's a quiet place, or fucking it's this movie I can't see. I mean, it's a similar thing. It's not something we've never seen before. You know what I mean? So I definitely see why people are like, oh, it's The Happening all over again. I never saw The Happening, so I don't know, but I definitely think this is a great film, and I recommend checking it out.
But to me, even if you feel that it's a ripoff of these other movies or whatever, or concepts, it shouldn't make you mad enough to shit on it for what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's based on a novel, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's based on
But
a
also
novel.
look at the point we're at now where Sandra Bullock and fucking John Malkovich are willing to do Netflix movies.
Malkovich's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Malkovich is in it too, bro. Malkovich.
Like the Netflix, these aren't like glorified like Lifetime movies anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like these are
right.
real deal films that Netflix is putting out for fucking subscribers. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Fucking Malkovich, and he's in it for a substantial amount of the film too. It's not like he's just random dude. But yeah, it's definitely it's definitely like high quality filmmaking. That's for sure. It's not art housey like Hereditary is. It's not slow paced like Hereditary is. It's a faster pace than A Quiet Place, I believe. I think the pacing here is actually I'd go at it. I'd say where A Quiet Place is probably at like a 65, the pacing here is at like a 75% on a 100 scale. For a 2-hour movie, it definitely moves swiftly.
Well, they've been making really good movies lately. Look at like Hush and 1922, both by Flanagan, by the way.
Gerald's Game,
another Flanagan. Yeah. So I'm in.
Yeah, check that one out.
But, all right, here's the thing. All right, Netflix, are they making their money per people viewing them or by subscriptions?
Subscriptions.
Yeah.
Probably advertising somehow.
Are they like,
I know there's been talk about them running like advertisements like how kind of like YouTube does before the video, like a little quick thing. I don't think they've done it. I haven't seen it yet on any of my shit, but yeah, just basically subscriptions.
Right. So where are they getting all this money from? For one, probably a lot of people subscribing, but are they also banking on people subscribing to them because of something coming that they make that's original.
I mean, if you have 150 million people paying $10 a month, isn't that like $1 billion a month?
Well, yeah, but
$1.5 billion a month or something.
But at the same time, what I mean is, are they hoping that people will become new subscribers due to their content?
Definitely, of course.
Definitely. All right. I mean,
especially real quick, Amazon is putting out like football games now and shit. Like you can only watch this football game on the NFL Network or Amazon. It's not even on regular TV.
Yeah, they're doing. That's I was just telling Joe before we went live. I think you had stepped away, Bill. I just got rid of my cable.
Yeah,
because what do I need it for? You know what I'm saying? Like they got YouTube TV, which that has its own programming now, like that Karate Kid show and all that shit. Yeah, and I mean Hulu has the Hulu Live thing. I mean, and even DirecTV has DirecTV now, where instead of actually having the satellite and the boxes, you just do everything through the internet.
Huh?
You know, that's where it's coming to. It's just all going to be on demand entertainment. It doesn't have to, you know.
But they have the other one, Sling TV, also.
Yeah,
Sling is a pretty big one.
Porn, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. There's enough of that on the internet, man.
Porn is the most easiest thing to get in the world, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you kidding
I was
me?
just saying they don't have streaming channels for porn.
You don't need it.
Porn flicks, huh?
Porn flicks.
Nobody wants to pay for it anymore because it's free. It's everywhere.
I'm just kidding. I'm not a porn guy.
No, you're a lying sack of shit.
No, I'm not. Dude, I was dating a stripper for 20 years almost. I got all the porn I wanted back then. I'm done.
You got to see that. Nowadays, though, man, the dicks don't have sideburns.
No more landing strips.
Nope. They're bald from the eyebrows down.
Yep. It's all bird boxes, so
Bandersnatches.
bird boxes and Bandersnatches.
Yeah,
that's a good title for tonight's episode.
That's it. Boxes and snatches.
Boxes and snatches.
Yeah.
What else is going on? And New Year's resolutions? Anything?
Yes, I am going to be reading this wonderful book that Tanya got me as a gift. Do you see it?
Ooh.
Crystal Lake
Memories?
Yeah, the freaking hardcover.
I think they made that in like a quick little DVD for him.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Yeah, 6.
I
think it was like 9, wasn't it?
It was a lot. I don't know.
Long.
Well, the Blu-ray, I think there's like 6 Blu-rays in there.
Jesus.
It's better than Never Sleep Alone.
I was going to say the Never Sleep one's only like 4 hours, right?
Yeah, it's a little shorter, but it's the same people.
I love that shit.
Joe, how many times do you think you'd fall asleep during this fucking 8-hour movie?
Oh, man. A lot. Actually, I watched Never Sleep Again. Well, that was before kids when I was more able. I watched that one twice. Straight through.
I've
love
seen
that
it
shit.
all at once, yeah.
But nowadays, it'll probably take like 6 viewings. 6 different attempts.
Well, you got to skip Freddy's Dead, or what is it, part 2?
Oh,
Freddy's Revenge.
I love part 2.
Ugh.
I want to read that that article in Fangoria. So when you get a chance, send me some screenshots of that because I don't have a subscription.
All right.
You cheap fuck.
Yes.
I get that fuck. And Rue Morgue, by the way.
Murders in the Rue Morgue. All right. So we're going to get into the Bandersnatch in a sec. But before that, J-Mac, do you have a New Year's resolution you want to make? Or say?
I'm going to try to read more. Like I think I said before, get on that, man. Try to actually find some enjoyment in it. I think it'd be good for the kid to actually see me doing it because my wife breaks his balls daily about picking a book up and, getting off video games and shit.
I got a great fucking idea.
What's that?
Like, why don't we read a short story and then watch it? So it's not like a whole novel. Like, for example, even like Ray Bradbury's The Pedestrian. It's like a back and front of a fucking paper. You know what I mean? And then they have Ray Bradbury Presents. It's a 22-minute episode. I'm not saying we do that, but you know what I mean?
I'm not against it, man.
Murders in the Rue Morgue. I know you want to get into H.P. Lovecraft, right? So we read Dagon and we watch it and shoot
Sounds
the
like
shit.
a plan to me. I'm down for whatever, bro.
Dagon?
Dagon. Dagon.
Dagon.
Dagon.
Dagon. It just sounds funny.
Or like From Beyond.
Yeah.
Cool Air, shit like that. So, you know.
Or my favorite with Jeffrey Combs, not Reanimator. My favorite that's not Reanimator was what the hell's the name of that? The Lurking Fear.
Ooh. Yeah. So we'll talk about that a little more off air, but I think that's a good idea. I like it.
Thought Bill was gonna say like Penthouse letters and shit.
Only if they were publishing Playboy. Stephen King, The Body. Let's go. I don't think The Body was published. You know what I mean. Anywho, it's shit like that, like fucking Children of the Corn, and we watched the first one or whatever, you know what I mean?
Is there a hidden fucking Children of the Corn commentary that we did one night?
Oh yeah. There is.
I don't think that's ever been released to the people, is it?
I don't think that has ever been released to the people. I think I might have fallen asleep.
You had I think the kid was sick or something. You had stepped away for a while. Me, Bill, and Tanya had to tear it up.
Yeah.
I don't remember if Donnie was on or not.
I don't think he was.
But yeah.
All right. Yeah. Here we go, folks. So, Bandersnatch, we got the plot synopsis coming up in a sec. 2018, right? Netflix. This is in between season 4 and 5. I believe 5 is dropping sometime in 2019. Speaking of 2019, Stranger Things season 3 coming in July, I believe.
Might be the final season too.
Is that actually been said somewhere?
The rumor that they're going to end it.
Kids are getting too big or something?
Probably
getting too fucking famous, those little bastards.
Yeah. Getting too pubescent and famous. Yeah. Next thing you know, the older one already got caught with blow. Next thing you know, the little curly head's gonna get caught sucking a dick in a bathroom. So.
For real?
Yeah, the brother.
She's like a 14-year-old girl.
No, I'm talking about the boy fucking. Little fucking kid.
Wait, not the kid from It,
with
right?
the teeth.
The fat kid with the teeth?
Forget about it. The brother, the brother that
the older brother,
for his little brother, yeah.
Oh,
yes. John.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, okay.
He got caught. He couldn't go to the award ceremony because he got caught going from the UK to America with the yak.
Really?
Well, he's like 24, so that's all right. I was thinking little kids. I'm like, what?
No, saying let Netflix end
down lines in the fucking bathroom,
right? Hanging out in like fucking bars, fucking doing crystal meth.
Sandra Bullock.
With Sandra Bullock with a blindfold on.
I better shut up. Actually, know a girl when I lived in New York. Her name was Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah, I had a big crush on her sister, Christina. Now she lives in LA, and her husband's like, not kidding.
The Bullocks.
Yeah,
Sandy Bullock.
That's your name.
What's it called? Before we go into the Bandersnatch again, the having the Bird Box challenge. I saw that on the Facebook today. So now these little kids from Stranger Things are fucking smoking crystal meth, blindfolding themselves and doing things in public that you normally would do, like drive a car. I don't know if they're doing that, but people are definitely doing the Bird Box challenge, and that is definitely not something you want to do, folks.
That's stupid.
Terrible idea.
It's right up there with the Tide Pods.
Not as bad, but still dumb.
So Netflix fucking like makes an actual statement about it, like issuing people to not do this. It's like they tweet out, "Can't believe I have to say this, but capital letters, please do not hurt yourselves with this Bird Box challenge. We don't know how this started and we appreciate the love, but boy and girl have just one wish for 2009, and it is that you do not end up in the hospital due to memes," which it would not be the first time. So yeah, a bunch of winners. It's like there's a girl like trying to close all the blinds and with her blindfold on. She's like walking on the walls and shit. And fucking like, what are you doing? They got little kids, people with tweeting with their little fucking 1-year-olds and then walking around with blindfolds on. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
I'm gonna fry some chicken with a blindfold.
Then they got it on fucking Good Morning America. So let the fucking rest of the world, the rest of America, right. So here Michael Strahan's trying to put lipstick on people with fucking a blindfold on. Oh, great. Next thing you know, people are going to be walking into 34th Street in the middle of fucking Tiananmen.
That thing went global fast.
Tiananmen Square. Sorry.
Tell you what.
You know what I'm saying, people?
I would do that challenge. I wish I did that challenge in a strip club in West Palm Beach called Mermaid Lounge.
So you go walk into some gonorrhea?
Dude. That would be more acceptable than what I saw.
Oh, shit. Walk into that gonorrhea. Lovely. That's hysterical.
Honestly, herpes.
Oh, shit. Lovely.
Joey told a pretty interesting strip club story on the New Year's Eve episode. But
I don't remember it.
It was funny.
Yeah, you have to go back and listen.
Go back to our childhood.
I don't think I can bring myself to listen to that one.
Yeah, that was things got a little wild on that episode. Oh shit. All right.
So you all got your tree still up?
Took mine down today. Very proud of myself. It was one of the
I plan on doing it Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's that, J-Mac?
Nah, it was one of the 3 things I planned on doing today, and I only got to 2 of them because I woke up. I set my alarm to wake up on my day off. I was going to get up at like 9. My alarm went off. I turned it off, and I fell back asleep. My wife woke me up at 12:30. I was like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I slept in. But I was hoping to do I had to go help hang a TV at my mother's house. She just got herself a nice little 65-inch flat screen.
What, the TCL?
Nah, she ended up getting a Sony. When she tried to get that TCL, it was already sold out.
Best TV of the year, 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I got a Vizio.
Yeah, I got a Vizio too in the house.
Good shit.
I got what's this other one I got here? Insignia.
I thought you were showing us your dick.
Holocaust.
I got this for you, fella. He's so violent. He's nuts. What the hell happened?
Sorry. Slice and Dice is back with the Black Mirror. We'll come in 2019 with the whatever we want to do that we won't do in the Horror Mafia.
Pretty much. Whatever
Bird box with no socks. I'm gonna put them around your eyes like a blindfold. What? All right, let's get into the snatch here. Bandersnatch 2018. You got a synopsis for us, Billy?
Oh, no. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
All right. Until then, let's do the Bird Box.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Beatbox.
Oh, man.
You should tell your cousin to do the Bird Box challenge on their show. That sounds like something.
It sounds like something they would do, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to think. There was. Shout out Cousin Tones, TNT Dynamite podcast. I've been over there a couple times.
Nice.
They've been on a little break for the holidays. They should be coming back soon, though. They do a couple shows a week, but they do punishment challenges on each other, which they bought like muscle shockers and stuff, and they wear them while they do it. It's a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
That
Electric nipples.
they're insane. Yeah. Good times though over on that show. They're hysterical. Those 2 idiots, Tom and Tones. Shout out the boys.
Don't give Don any ideas.
Yeah, they put nipple shockers on. They try to answer questions.
When we saw going off the rails, next thing you know, we saw it shocking my tits.
They did another one. My cousin has a stomach like a steel trap. They were trying to do that thing where you got to eat like 5 or 6 bananas and drink like a liter of Sprite, and he's supposed to make you like throw up violently. Cousin kept it all down like a real man.
Wow.
He made the family proud that day.
Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Oh, this fucking asshole probably blew out the next day, but
hey, man.
Hey, God bless.
You gotta do what you do for your art. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, I know, man. You gotta do what you gotta do for the art, bro.
I gotta tell them to slow it down, man. Like, there's only like you're going this hard now, you end up getting like a huge following. Like, what is it like? Oh, in this episode, I'm gonna get to decapitate myself.
I'm gonna put a giant Q-tip from one ear hole to the next.
Should be pretty sick though. But yeah, check those guys out if anybody's listening and hasn't. TNT Dynamite podcast. Good times.
Johnny Knoxville listens to that show.
Yeah,
to
big
get
fan.
ideas. All right, you guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Black Mirror Bandersnatch 2018. In 1984, a young programmer begins to question reality as he works to adopt a fantasy novel into a video game. Directed by David Slade, written by Charlie Brooker, the creator of Black Mirror, starring Fionn Whitehead, Craig Parkinson, and Alice Lowe.
Alice Lowe.
Oh, I got a comment. I have to say that she liked my tweet about Bandersnatch. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
And who else is she? She's also the writer, director, star of what is it? The pregnant girl? Prevenge, yes.
Yes, Prevenge.
I've not seen that yet.
She also stars in Sightseers, Ben Wheatley film. She collaborates with Ben Wheatley. They work on films together. She writes and edits and does shit with him like that. She's pretty cool. So check out. I thought Prevenge was a damn good film, and Sightseers is fucking awesome. She's also in Kill List as a little thing. Another great film. And yeah, so you got Alice Lowe, and here's a doc. And you have this up-and-comer, Fionn Whitehead, who was in this one Dunkirk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that apparently had a big splash with him in this film Dunkirk. So he's someone to look out for.
Right
and of
on.
course, written by the man himself, Charlie Brooker.
Yeah.
Who created this whole craziness.
That's why I'm glad they actually took the time to let him write the first movie based on the show.
Yeah, I mean,
don't get it wrong. This is not an episode. This is a movie.
This is a movie for sure.
This is an experience.
It's definitely an experience.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give it a round. Since you dropped the experience, Bill, initial thoughts here.
Well, my initial thoughts are the fact that it's not a regular movie. You got to use your controller. What do you call it? The TV remote. You make choices like choose your own adventure. It's not new. I mean, they've had movies like this before. I saw one in a theater, in fact. And, but at the same time, it uses the Black Mirror, like the ambiance to make it, like, I won't say dystopian because it takes place back in the 80s, which was cool. This is my era of computer games with tape drives and all that shit. But at the same time, it's got the weird sci-fi vibe to it with the horror. I like that.
Right. Like the video games they're creating are fucking 8-bit video games, like for PCs, not, they're talking about the Commodore and
they said Commodore, right? Yeah. And the ZX, what was it?
ZXS.
I should know this, but yeah, it starts with an S.
Yeah. So, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So you dig it.
I dig it. Nothing new, but I like this story.
All right. Kick it over to Jay Mizzle.
When I first tried to put it on, apparently, you could only watch it on certain platforms with your Netflix. Because I have Netflix through the television. My TV's 3 years old. Apparently, my TV isn't capable of having the shit that it needs to do it. So I had to go. Yeah, I actually, when I clicked on it, the runtime said 2 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck, 2 minutes? So I pressed it, and it gave me a little trailer explaining that the newest models of smart TVs, like game consoles, could do it, and Roku's or something.
Roku, baby.
Yeah, it has to be something that could handle like one of these updates of Netflix that apparently not all TVs could do.
Gotcha.
So
it's kind of new though.
It wasn't working on Chromecast and Apple TV.
Apple TV, yeah.
Which people were like trying to say was a little kind of a ploy thing, and supposed to be like some kind of a scheme with the companies and corporations, you know.
Yeah,
Well,
so
people who buy Apple TVs freaking deserve it then.
Billy hates Apple.
I do.
Yeah, so that initially annoyed me because I had to go and friggin' download Netflix onto my Xbox and stuff to be able to watch it. But once I got into it, man, like it got playing, like just the concept of it, I thought was so cool. And like I seen people bitching online that they don't feel this is Black Mirror-ish enough to be considered a Black Mirror movie.
What?
Yeah, they were bitching
That's crazy.
I don't know, that there wasn't enough of like the warning against technology or whatever in it, and that that their focus on the choose your own adventure thing was taking away from what they thought the storyline could have been and all that kind of shit. But anyway,
okay. Now that statement I agree with. I think that, and now I'll kick over my initial thoughts on that. Sorry to steal that from you, J-Mac, but it's a perfect segue because I at first kick it over to what Bill said was experience. Just like you said, J-Mac, it was just, oh shit, this is crazy, right? You know, it's like a totally different feel, but it does feel like Black Mirror. That's for sure. Like I feel like I'm watching Black Mirror, but I don't feel the gut-wrenching power that I would feel if I just saw the movie play out, having a pause and then go back and pause and like, dude, I was like, what the fuck? I kept choosing the answer like 4 times and it kept making me go back. I'm like, come on, I want to pick this answer. And it was like, I had to pick the other answer.
Oh, so, I'm guessing it's the part where the guy says wrong answer.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, taking the job is the wrong answer.
So, you know, it was just like, what the fuck? You know, all right. At first it was okay, but I don't know. An hour plus into it, it was getting annoying and redundant. And I was lost, you know, like when I'm watching a film, like, for example, I watched Hellfest and I was like watching it like without touching a phone or thinking about anything else but the film and feeling emotions from characters, where this kind of took that away. You know, it lost the power that a normal episode of Black Mirror has for me. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that statement you said, G-Mac.
Well, Joe,
now, doesn't mean I think this is garbage. I hate it. No, not at all. Right?
I got to ask you a question.
Sure.
You said you played the same answer over and over and over and over with the same result. You know the definition of insanity, right?
Yes, I do know.
Well, this is another thing I see how people criticizing it about was they felt it wasn't enough of a choose your own adventure because it kind of was pigeonholing you into picking certain things for the story to progress.
I disagree.
At the same time, I read though that they actually had to develop some other kind of fucking program just to make this thing possible.
Huh. You see,
this is the whole thing about the Black Mirror, though. This whole thing, right? It's a whole meta thing. You know what I mean? This is a whole meta thing, and the fact that choose your own adventure. Are you really choosing your own adventure? Is this really free will?
That's the basic understanding. But I want to comment on what J-Mac said about the fact that there isn't enough choices. I disagree. I think they threw in some choices that didn't even matter. Like they did it just to do it. Like what cereal you having? That has no impact on the story.
The only thing the cereal had an impact on is later in the fucking show when he goes to turn the TV on. Whatever cereal you picked, that's the commercial that came up on the fucking television.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't say there wasn't enough choose your own. Yeah, there was. There was some unnecessary ones.
But even like the cereal one, and there was another one about picking what music or something. Like
it just seems like hell yeah, of course.
Of course. We heard of the other band, not me.
Like it seemed like they threw a couple things in there just to be like, oh, look what we could do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know, started, get you ready to go.
But that thing
tutorial levels, guys, come on.
That you only had like 10 seconds. Like I started like panicking. Like, am I gonna pick the right fucking one? What about
like one time I like lost the remote in my belly. I'm like, my God.
And I don't know about what you guys watched it on, but through the Xbox, the fucking remote actually would vibrate when it was time was coming to pick something.
Oh wow.
I didn't have that one.
The fucking controller would vibrate, and then the thing would came up with the options.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't have that luxury. But
I wonder
I
if
had
on
a
the
couple
PS4 it does that. I'll find out.
So yeah, I mean, so that's the thing. Like the story is definitely Black Mirror-esque. I mean, obviously, there's no doubt about it. It's just I think all of Black Mirror takes place in the future. This takes place in 1984,
Right. That's the problem people are having.
and it's not dystopian. It is like 1984. You know what I mean?
Oh, literally 1984.
Ah, a little
Ah.
Orwellian nod there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get literary, folks.
Just before Joey goes into professor mode, fucking. But that's what I thought was so cool about it was this isn't a dystopian thing, but it still had that Black Mirror like grit to the way it was filmed.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it looked like it should have been fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't. The kids with his little Walkman on the fucking bus and all that shit. Like that was fucking cool to me, man.
Yep.
How they
Hell
filmed
yeah.
it looked like a Black Mirror episode.
Oh yeah.
It did. It looked like a Black Mirror episode, and it could become a quick one if you let the automatic answers go. I think it's like a 45-minute. Like if you let the default setting go, 45 minutes.
I should try that.
They said that there's a way of picking the questions or whatever. The longest you could watch it for, like straight through with picking whatever and following whatever storyline you go down, was 2.5 hours, apparently.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And then the quickest is that first one where you accept the job right away and it's supposed to be over in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell?
Everybody picked that first. They wanted you to fail.
And I don't know if I ever said on the show, I might have told you guys off air or whatever, but I have like a real crazy thing about like deja vu type stuff. So those parts where it was like, I'm going back, and then like we fucking flew, like it was fucking my mind up a little bit.
Black Mirror.
In the shit. Yeah, I mean, it was fucking enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go into spoilers, an interesting cast of characters here, right? We have, like we mentioned earlier, we have Alice Rowe, I forgot her name, sorry. Alice playing his doctor. He sees a psychiatrist. Right? He had a little incident. Oh, yeah, a Melfi. He had a Melfi.
Better looking.
I don't know. That's debatable.
Oh, okay.
Bill hates the Melfi, man.
I know.
She's just old.
What the hell? How do you hate the Melfi?
She's just old. She's 50. Wait, I'm 50. I just shut up.
Oh shit! But then we have Will Poulter. He plays the video game maker Colin Rittman, who I don't know if he's supposed to be who this Charlie Brooker characters. I mean, real guy. Is that supposed to be him? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I know he was a goofy looking bastard.
He felt very familiar.
But at the same time, no, he looked like what a programmer would have looked like back then.
That's probably why he looked familiar, right?
Well, you ever watch the IT Crowd? Moss? They're geniuses, but they're goofy looking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of the crew from the X-Files.
Yeah, the Lone Gunman.
The Lone Gunman, yes.
Right. So you get it. All right.
I get it, kid. And then, of course, Mr. Tucker, all right? Mohan Tucker, who is, what's it called? I guess the owner of the company. And, you get an actual origin story to the company in the other episodes of Black Mirror, right? TUKR, I don't know, whatever it is, but one of the Easter eggs, right?
I had a question about him.
One of many Easter eggs from the series.
Oh yeah. A question about the big fat guy who owned the company with the beard.
That's what we're talking about. Yes.
He says he was making fun of Colin for rolling his own cigarettes, right? But then when he pays a kid to go deliver something, doesn't the kid come back with like tobacco?
I think they were trying to imply that he has somebody do it for him.
Oh,
Or
by
he
the
said, like, yeah, he gets them rolled by somebody as where that kid Colin rolls them himself.
Right, right.
oh,
Yep,
okay.
exactly. He's talking about rolled up cigarettes.
Yeah, it looked like
Yeah.
like tobacco in a candy bar or something.
Yeah, why would you get rolled up cigarettes when you can buy rolled ones, especially when you're rich? You're a game
Right,
maker.
but
Blah, blah, blah.
the kid bought him like a bag of tobacco, like he was gonna roll his own because of Colin. That's why I wasn't sure what was it about. Like, huh?
I think it just adds character development,
Okay.
adds depth to who he is, kind of like a rebellion against, think about what
yeah.
cigarettes stand for, right? Super corporation, the shit that's in it versus rolling your own,
That's what I
more
took
natural.
too. Right.
A little commentary on that, a little character exposition.
Is the boss
right?
supplying Colin with it? Is that what that was about?
Yeah,
The kid was like super rich, Colin.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's what he's saying. It's like, same thing to think of like a minimalist in contemporary society, right? Like you might have a shitload of money, but you're living in this small little place. You're paying very minimal bills. You know what I mean? Same kind of thing. You're eating
I get
locally sourced food, whatever.
Yeah, but my question on this was the boss trying to placate him by buying him the stuff for like his tobacco? Is that it? Or was it for himself to be like Colin? I don't know.
No, the boss was buying the regular cigarettes.
Oh, I know. It was like a bag of tobacco, just rolling tobacco.
I don't know. I'm getting too confused about
Yeah,
little trivial things, but
I'll have to watch it for the 20th time.
make a choice, Bill. Rolling tobacco or cigarette tobacco rolled already.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a pack of cigarettes. It was a bag of tobacco.
Was it a bag of tobacco?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he just had the errand boy go pick it up for him then.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Was it for himself to be like Colin, or was he giving it to Colin? I don't know.
For Colin.
Okay.
Yeah, it was for Colin.
Because he said, like, hey, you can get people to do what you want or whatever. And he made the kid go get it.
Right.
Okay.
Why would you roll your own cigarettes then? I don't know. But anyways, fucking there's so many different choices that you make that factor. Apparently there's like 1 trillion different pathways. Really? And I don't get how that's possible if there's only 5 main endings, but I guess they mean like every little choice that you can make between everyone. But we have this cast of character. Then we have the father too. We have his father, who is another main character in here. But let's throw up some spoilers. If you haven't seen this yet, you definitely want to pop that on and make some picks, make some choices, and see what happens. So on that note, let's speak freely here. All right. So you pick all these different options, and ultimately the whole thing is to get to the end of the movie, right? So like we said, it could be the 40 minutes or 2.5 hours. So along the way, you make all these choices that have to do with murder and what you do afterwards. And to, I don't know, all these crazy different endings. Let's get into them. Let's talk about them. Where'd Bill go, to the bathroom?
Vanished. He picked the wrong thing. That's what happened. Now he's going to go back.
Throw spoilers up and he leaves the show here. All right. Anyway, before we go into spoilers, then I'll get a little Jabberwocky on you. But the Bandersnatch, what the hell's up with the title, Bandersnatch? Where does this all come from, right? Of course, Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass, the famous Jabberwocky poem, is the first mention of a Bandersnatch. And all we do is get the description that is frumious. But then you get more in a poem called The Hunting of the Snark, where we find out that it is a little tough, has an extended neck and frumious jaws, right? So we also find out that it has speed. So, I mean, there's a very famous drawing by Peter Newell. And it kind of looks like the lion from Madagascar.
Yeah, it
does. So that's a Bandersnatch for you.
Well, that's his interpretation of it.
Yes. Well, he created this Bandersnatch, right?
No, he based it off a book he was a fan of.
What?
No, he's talking about the actual original Bandersnatch.
Yeah. The real
Like Looking Glass.
Because I'm like,
Bandersnatch.
what's up with the title? Let's talk about that, right? So,
Sorry.
because I threw up the spoilers and you went to piss.
Okay.
I threw up spoilers so
didn't
we
go
can
to
talk about the
piss.
endings, but whatever.
He
So,
went to take off home. He didn't go to piss.
you get a lot of allusions
I had to go
to,
masturbate, you know.
of course, pull a quickie there. It was like, sweet Alice, sweet Alice.
All right.
So,
Speaking of
box and
Alice,
snatch talk, Bill had to go rub one out.
oh gosh, I feel bad for you, T. So
Why would you even say that?
because she's sitting on the couch and you went to go rub one out real quick.
Just minding her own business. Fucking
Just sitting there listening to the show till she falls asleep, and you got to go get a quick tug on.
Oh, you know how it is.
Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah. All right, anywhoots, we got an actual rabbit in here, thus alluding to the White Rabbit from Alice's Through the Looking Glass and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Obviously, the Jabberwocky poem that Bandersnatch is the origins from. So we also have that one moment later on when Colin, you know, basically gets the White Rabbit going, right?
Monkey boy. Yep.
Right. And you get the choice to follow Colin down the rabbit hole, right? And doing some LS to the dizzle, right? And you get an actual LSD tripped out Wonderland experience. It's pretty fucking wild. So, you know, you have all that stuff. You know, you have some mirror looks in the mirror, right? And it's alluding to that. So, you know, it does, you know, the classic things that Black Mirror does. You can go and analyze the hell out of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could go, you know, literary on it, but you can also go, you know, bigger picture and worldly. And that theme is what? The free will aspect. And I love it. I love that. It's amazing because it's speaking about it's social commentary, bro. It's a product of its time, and it goes back to, you know, art being an artifact, right? So like 50 years from now, people are going to look at the you know, the very first interactive movie like this on Netflix, the Bandersnatch, and what it was talking about, and then you go and look at all the allusions in 1984, obviously Orwellian, George Orwell's 1984, right?
Yep.
Fucking Big Brother is watching, right? Us being Big Brother here in this instance, and you even get that actual ending, right? So let's talk about that real quick, Bill.
Okay. First of all, you're wrong. It's not the first interactive movie. That would be.
You know what I mean? I said first interactive movie on Netflix.
Oh, on Netflix. Sorry,
but I think it's actually not. There's been an anyway. You know what the fuck I mean, peeps.
But yeah, for the record, Mr. Payback is the name of that movie I saw in that theater that was like that in 1995.
How did it work in a theater? Just out of curiosity.
You got a control box with buttons on it.
Oh, cool.
It was in Florida. Anyway, no, I agree that this is so meta. What did you throw spoilers up while I was getting beer?
Yeah.
Okay. The symbol was in our faces the whole time, guys. And I didn't catch it until they showed the drawing. All right. I thought it was like, I don't know, like a freaking Michael Myers like thorn symbol or something. I was like, what is that? And I thought, oh, maybe it's from another episode, which apparently it is, but I didn't know that. And then you find out what it is. I'm like, holy shit, yes. So the choices we make, are they truly our own?
Yeah. Are they truly our own?
So you're right. When he looks in the mirror after seeing it the first time, you're like, wow. You know? So yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, you know, parallel that today, right? Like the choices you make, is it free will or is it fate? You know?
Right. Well, not even fate. Someone else controlling what your decisions are. And the fact that they had to drop Netflix in the movie.
Of course. Well, think about it. You know, you have all these companies that are buying our fucking text messages and listening to our phone conversations and our social media information, right?
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
to, directly pinpoint us to, fucking make us influence our choices, right?
Yeah, joking aside, when you like look for something, I don't know, on Amazon even, you just look at it to buy your wife a gift. You go on Facebook and hey, look, they know what you were doing. They're trying to say, hey, this is on sale. You want to buy it? It's like, how the fuck did they know I was looking for that on Amazon?
Yeah. Oh,
They're
yeah.
trying to influence your decision.
I mean, it's even crazier because it's listening too, and
Yeah.
not even just that, but like, I don't know if I said it on this show, but I definitely said it before somewhere on the internet, probably, or in my classes. But anyway, I'm in my class and I'm talking about fucking Mighty Ducks, right? And I start going quack quack quack, go Ducks, like making a joke.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I go home and I'm on Facebook and I get a sponsored ad. 14 things you didn't know about the Mighty Ducks franchise that'll blow your mind, some shit.
Dude,
and it's
you
like,
have no idea.
That's not even like a product. That's just a legit website that's probably getting ad trafficking this shit.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. In fact, when like Tanya came over to watch movies and stuff, and we'd be talking before the movie about something stupid, and then that is being like on her Facebook or on my YouTube. Like, where are they hearing this from?
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, we'd be just talking or not even talking, watching TV, and my Cortana on my computer would go, "What was that? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it correctly." Like, we didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So they're listening.
I'm ready to freaking get a flip phone and just have like my tablet and turn it on and off.
Dude, this is like beneath the zenith shit right here.
Yeah, right. I mean, so many times I've been having conversations with my wife about anything, and like Joe says, you go on Facebook and all of a sudden there's an ad to it.
Exactly.
You know, like that microphone is always listening to you.
Yep.
Your phone doesn't need to be like active on. You don't have to be on Facebook. That microphone is always listening.
Right. And holy crap. God forbid if you guys have like an Alexa or some shit.
Yeah, I got one of those things that freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah, they just got me one for Christmas.
No, thank you.
All right. Oh, take away like the government's listening to me and whatever shit with the Alexa.
No, I don't think it's
pretty
government.
fucking cool.
The fact that thing, like me and my wife, she, I don't know, got some deal. So we have like, they're all over the fucking house. We have like the one big one, like in the living area, then the little echo ones, like in my son's room, my bedroom, my fucking bathroom. So we can listen to whatever music everywhere. We were laying in bed right after she bought it, and she was having like a full-on conversation with this fucking thing.
Huh.
Was playing trivia games with her, telling jokes, like doing all this crazy shit. I was like, this fucking machine's a little too smart. Like Skynet is about to take over.
That's it. Yeah. I'm telling you. But who's benefiting for your freedom is the companies who want to make you buy stuff. I don't think the government. I think it's big corporations. They're like, oh, so you're interested in rap. All right. Well, here's this. And
there. I keep waiting for it to get to that like Minority Report shit where they just scan, like as you're walking through a mall, they'll scan by and personally fucking advertise shit to you.
Yep. So I hear you. I'm all with you. This is why this is a Black Mirror episode.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is. Think about the other endings where he starts talking to us, and Oh,
I love that.
It starts getting real fucking creepy and shit. And like next thing you know, you have Colin's daughter fucking working for Netflix.
They make an interactive movie.
It's neat. It's cute. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like, it lacks the power of a Black Mirror episode. It is a Black Mirror feel, but it lacks that gut punch that you get from like fucking Crocodile and
I don't know. Did you choose where you kill your dad?
I did, and that's the thing. It would have been so much more powerful if I wasn't sitting there trying to make decisions and fucking thinking about it and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Watching his severed head on the fucking shelf.
Think about it like this, right? Think about it like this. So you read a short story, right? So you read this short story, and in the end, right, the character kills themselves, say. Boom. You don't know exactly why. You don't know. You try to pick it out through the story and figure it out, right? Now, it's left for you to talk about. It's ambiguous, the ending. And then here, it's kind of the opposite, where these are the way it is. This is the way it is. The ending is not ambiguous, and it's definitive now. Well, our favorite show from the Horror Mafia podcast, the way that show ends, I'm not going to say the spoilers by any means, but you're left. It's not like things get finalized, but things don't. You know what I'm saying? Just think about when you watch movies and you watch shows and stuff, and it ends, and it's like there's still questions that be asked. There's an ambiguous ending, right? And you don't get full closure. You know what I mean? It's left for discussions and conversations and interpretations. Where here, it's not really. You know what I mean? It's.
Oh no, there are a couple. All right. I found myself clicking answers that I'm assuming I wanted to be the good guy, like kill your dad or yell at him. I'm like, yell at him, things like that. But those turned out to be like the worst endings. I don't know what your favorite one is, but mine is the one when you kill your dad. Do you remember in the beginning of the episode, there's this dog digging in the garden, and the dad's like, oh, that dog's going to be the death of us. Well, in the ending where you kill your dad and you chop him up and bury him in the garden, it goes back to that dog digging up the body.
Yeah.
So I was like blown away. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah, it all comes full circle. That's the thing. That's the problem with this for me. It's all too fucking perfect. You know what I mean? You're not left to be like, okay, now what? Or what will happen if this? Because you know what happens if that. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, if you play the good guy route, you get that fucking little critic kid. I want to slap him in his fat face.
You get the shitty reviews.
Yeah, you get 0 out of 5. Right. But in the one ending, you kill your dad, you get a 5 out of 5.
Well, I mean that's hysterical. In one point, it's in one aspect it's funny, but in the other aspect, it's saying a lot about things, right?
Yeah.
Where like being a criminal pays.
There's the other ending where you take your pills and you complete the game and you get an okay review, like 2.5 stars, but you're uninspired.
Right.
So it's like, either 0, like 2.5, or 5.
Like most endings, you end up in jail.
Yeah.
You end up dead. Like,
who did that?
There's one happy ending, and it's just fucking whack.
Which one?
You accept a job, and you don't die, but you get a 0 rating, and you're not in jail.
The ending I loved is when you actually turns out you're an actor on the set, and you come out with this big like Kill Bill fight with the doctor.
Yes,
that was great.
He starts calling him, "Hey, Mike."
Yeah, and he's like, "Who?"
Mike.
Oh, that was good.
So all in all, here, I mean, I would rather just watch it and not have to fucking pick. You know what I mean? I think it's cool in the beginning, like Bill said, experience. I was like, "Oh shit, this is cool," like I was into it. But then when I had to keep going back, and also when I'm like, "Oh, this is over," If I saw, luckily, I think 3 of the 5 endings, but like, I'm not gonna put this on again and start digging through to watch the other endings. It's not enticing. It's not that alluring. You know what I'm saying?
That brings me to relaxing. Before, remember when I asked you, I said, "How do you think they make their money? Is it from people watching it all the time? Because if that's so, they got me, because I watch it like 100 times. No, more like 20 times. So you see what I'm saying? Like, do they get kickbacks from how many people watch it or how many times?
I'm not sure, honestly, how that works.
Now it's just straight off the subscriptions.
All right.
But if they start running like an ad before or after the movie or whatever, it would go by views, how much they get.
Well, ratings, regular TV, it goes by ratings.
Yeah. See, like, this thing to me was cool as an experience, but like as a story and everything else, like I would like now that they have this, I'm hoping Netflix takes advantage of it and starts doing shit that's more in like a fantasy, sci-fi kind of fucking realm of choose your own adventure type
I don't
shit.
think they're gonna do that again. I think it's a gimmick for this.
I mean, they had to develop a lot of shit for this. I don't
Really?
Yeah, apparently they had to make like an entire new fucking program just to get this to be able to fucking work.
Yeah, if they spent the money, might as well use it, right?
I think this stuff would work and probably be even more entertaining in that like fantasy fucking, like orcs and shit running around
Orcs and
like a
shit.
fucking Dungeons and Dragon type,
like the game he was designing, like the games that they were in the 80s.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Fucking, I think it'd be fun as fuck. This was fun, but I think like how Joey was saying, it almost kind of took away from stuff at times, the repetitiveness of things, and the idea of, well, this is where we want you to go, which overall, like you guys were saying before, could have been part of the fucking commentary on this. Because even as I'm playing, I'm sitting there and being a fan of Black Mirror, I'm picking out the metalhead poster on the fucking wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, metalhead, which full disclosure, probably my least favorite episode of the entire fucking series.
It was black and white, right?
Yeah, it's not even that it was black and white. I love black and white shit. To me, it was just kind of fucking boring.
Really? Robot dogs chasing it down?
Yeah. If we get to, I had an idea for an episode with that and maybe another watch. I never bought, it's probably one of the few episodes I've only seen the one time.
That Cujo, man's best friend?
No, I was thinking of doing that and fucking
A boy and his dog?
Apocalypto, because it's kind of about being chased through fucking terrain and shit anyway.
Oh, I know you can't wait to do Apocalypto. You've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah, I love Apocalypto. I just want another reason to watch it. I have it on DVD and shit. I can watch it whenever, but it'd be nice to talk about with somebody other than my kid. Fucking
his kids watch Apocalypto.
My fucking son saw that at my mother-in-law's house when he was like fucking 4 and he loved it. And then my wife was like, why would you let him watch that? And she was like, she didn't know what the fuck it was. It was just like Indians running around,
Cowboys and Indians, yeah, that's all.
Yeah, so him and my fucking nephew loved it since he was little as fuck. So yeah, I love that, so I want to get a chance to watch it. But Metalhead is through that, and then like even Nosedive, there's the Nosedive episode. That fucking symbol, was called the branch fucking thing.
Yeah,
that shit being from White Bear, which is one of my favorite episodes in the fucking whole series.
Yeah, we'll get to it next week.
Yeah, man. Like, so I'm like picking up on all this little shit, and it was kind of almost not taking me out of it, but like kind of making me look for more stuff that had to do with other shit that had nothing to do with the fucking episode almost. It's almost like, don't beat me over the head too much with this Easter egg shit. Yeah. Because then if you go even further, like the fucking news crawl under when Pearl grows up and she's a programmer for Netflix.
Yeah.
There's like 90 references to fucking other Black Mirror episodes at the bottom of that fucking
talks about the president or whatever.
Oh, the president. It talks about the fucking Waldo thing, the recoiler from Crocodile, the fucking like there was like a news article, like, and even the hospital he goes to is St. Juniper.
Yeah.
The episode of Netflix of Black Mirror, San Junipero Springs, like it's all supposed to be like the same world. Right. Like that's the episode that I think won the fucking Emmy or whatever the fuck it is they give TV shows. The other one, that's one of my favorite ones too. But it's like there was so much shit referenced, and apparently they spent so much time on this. It's why the rest of the series got backtracked and is getting pushed back, because it was supposed to be released this month and now it's going to be out sometime later this year.
So they were like balls deep on this one.
Yeah, this they went all the way in with, and that's when I saw the Blackhead, the Metalhead thing. I'm like, all right, cool, little reference to it. I didn't realize that the dude who directed this is the guy who directed the Metalhead episode. So I'm like,
the poke.
Yeah,
poster.
Yeah, fucking yeah, man. So I'm like,
How about this? You're talking about like future Netflix movies. Imagine Hardcore Henry with this. You ever see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's a movie, but it's first person, like your first person shooting game.
Oh, cool.
The whole movie's in one guy's point of view. like John Wick, just mowing down people.
Oh, cool.
From him. Yeah. So like that, you could do something really cool.
Interesting.
Oh, now you gotta look up Hardcore Henry, man.
Check it out. Yeah. I mean, there's so much, so much going on in this episode. I'm sure we didn't even freaking.
Yeah, I mean, the Bandersnatch thing in general, like that lion head fucking imagery is like everywhere in this fucking thing.
And that's the Bandersnatch.
Yeah, even on the friggin' the fucking acid tab he takes.
Yeah.
Yes.
On that, and then he fucking sees it and shit. Like, and I thought Joey was gonna cream jeans over that whole fucking Pac-Man monologue.
Yeah.
As his name goes on.
Yeah. Programming control.
Programming control. And that kid's fucking like deranged face while he was fucking telling the whole shit. Was awesome as fuck.
What about the big Uber Easter egg? In one of the endings, it shows Stefan riding on the bus, and he has his little Walkman, and he puts a tape in, and he listens, and you see it's not a music tape, it's the game on a tape drive tape, and you hear this weird like
that after credit sequence.
Yeah, after credit scene.
Yeah, after credits.
Who would have thought to do this? But someone did. They recorded that sound and put it in a sound imager, and it turned out to be a big QC code. And he got the code, and it directed him to this like hidden fucking website for the company, which showed all their games, and you can actually download Nosedive. I posted it on my Facebook wall earlier. It's crazy. And it shows all these other games that weren't made in real life, but they're probably Black Mirror related, like a White Bear thing. And
White Bear.
That's.
Did we announce what we were doing next week yet or not?
I don't remember. But now's a good time. Fuck it.
Yeah, you did, but that's all right.
White Bear and River's Edge.
River's Edge.
Looking forward
the Razor's Edge.
Imagine. Sweet.
Machismo through the table. R.I.P. Mean Gene.
Yeah,
Gene.
Yeah.
That's funny.
First death of 2019.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Mean Gene.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you look at that
episode of Death by Moonsault.
Yeah, the Moonsault. On the website I posted, if you click About, it shows you all the games they did, supposedly.
Yeah.
So
one of them is like a bike game, and that's supposed to be that episode.
The guys are on the bikes
pieces or whatever.
For the electricity?
Yeah.
With the kid from Star Wars or whatever?
From Get Out.
Oh, Get Out, right.
And also from The Cosby Show.
Really?
Yeah, he was Rudy's little friend on The Cosby Show.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, this could get pretty crazy this episode. I mean, you could definitely pick it apart and go wild with it,
Yeah, it like I said, like I was gonna try to take notes so I could go back and look at this or that or whatever the fuck, but like you get so caught up in picking the next thing, and like I'm friggin' I was watching my wife, and I'm like, the thing would come up, and you'd like, I don't know if it was on everything, but all was like you kind of was like running to the middle from the outside, like a little white bar, like that was like your time running out.
Yeah, 10-second timer.
Yeah, and it's like it was coming up, and I'm like, oh shit, fucking, what do you want to do? And she's like, do this one, so like getting caught up in all that shit. It was fun. It was cool. And then I think like everybody, I picked the fucking, obviously you take the fucking job in the begging.
Yeah.
And then it jumps back to that morning. It's like, let's go back. And I'm like, is this like going to be like a Groundhog's Day thing? Like it was, throwing me off a bit. It was kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
How about this one? Who's going to jump off the balcony? Whoever picks themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And then that's an ending right there. He's dead,
Yeah,
so it's like
done.
And so if you do that, it kind of kills the whole shit that Colin is talking about in it with that doesn't matter because there's all these different fucking
Right. I was expecting like he'd wake up in a different reality.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
But even that, like Colin, after he jumps, the rest of the stuff you pick, depending on what you pick, you never really see him again.
No, you do see him at the end of one of the episodes, actually.
At the end of one of them, he
Or
ends up killing him
ending.
or something, right? Doesn't he end up killing Colin
Oh.
too at one point?
I don't remember.
I believe that Colin, he ends up killing like Colin and
Yes,
his
and his
father.
dad.
Yeah, or the CEO guy and his father. Like there's so many different ways this thing could have fucking went, but like Joey was saying, I really enjoyed it, but did I enjoy it enough to go back and try to fucking get to every ending on my fucking own? Or would I rather just go and look it up somewhere and see what the fuck happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think I watching it that day, I think I hit the three of them where fucking where he dies, he went to prison a couple times, and then the other shit with like
I didn't get the people visiting him in jail.
yeah, I didn't get that either.
Did you get that, Bill?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that shit.
Yeah, they said that they're saying there's only 5 endings, but they're saying like it's not really 5 endings. There's like a shit ton of fucking ways it could have went.
Yeah, but there's 5 endings that had the credits and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I consider 5. But no, I thought the people visiting him in jail was another Black Mirror reference that I didn't get. So I don't know. I didn't look it up.
It's pretty wild, man. It's definitely, if they put another one out, I'll definitely check it out for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I prefer regular movie going.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I don't think we're doing another Black Mirror one like this. I think that's it for this because it meant something to the episode or movie, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like I said, now that they have the ability to do this,
Right. There might be
I
something
wouldn't be
else.
surprised if Netflix did more of it, and I would probably enjoy it more myself if it was, you know, a fucking Lord of the
Its own
Rings
thing,
type
right,
thing,
right.
or you know, fucking some kind of fucking space thing, like
Yeah.
legit space thing, you know? Because there
Right.
was talk of them making a whole fucking series based off of the USS Callister.
Really?
Yeah, that they
wanna
wanted to
see
give
that
them a
one.
spin-off. That will do that. That was another one we had fucking.
I'm a big Star Trek fan, so I do want
Yeah.
to see that one.
Like this show, you know, I said it since we've been doing it. Like I really enjoy 90% of this show.
All right.
You know, the episodes, I love fucking all of them. To me, they're awesome.
All right.
But
There's been a few I didn't like so far, but okay.
yeah, I mean, there's a handful of them that to me, like I can say that Metalhead one to me is literally my fucking least favorite of the entire series.
Wow.
And then I've read reviews online where people are basically saying like you're a fucking retard if you don't like it.
No, I would.
You know,
say that.
it's like, oh, these people are just, you know, jerks or stupid. Like, and then I seen other people being like, this is the most boring fucking thing in the world. But I'm looking at it only from my point of view right now. If we all watch it together, fucking, you know, and Joey starts dissecting how it's relatable to the fucking, you know, communists taking over Cuba or some shit, I could fucking maybe see it in a different light.
Right.
Right.
That's happened on Mafia.
Well, you know, Joey's got a beautiful mind.
Yeah, and we changed Don's opinion on some movies.
Not The Shining, though.
Not that.
No,
Not The Shining.
Daddy won't budge on. And we're not even going to talk about Mother with him. So
Yeah, but even the what's this called? Dr. Hayes,
Yeah.
Hines, whatever. That's
Yeah.
another fucking reference to Black Mirror because the dude in Black Museum is, you know, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? Another Easter egg. Nice.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, oh, maybe they're related somehow, or there's some kind of fucking. There's so many Easter eggs in this shit relating back to other episodes that, you know, it's almost like overkill.
Huh.
I like it.
I get that. So you're too preoccupied with all the Easter eggs. Then
Yeah,
like,
being a fan of the thing, I'm looking at all this other shit like, oh, like what else is gonna pop up, you know? And fucking,
and then you got 10 seconds to click
yeah,
something.
and
Like,
then,
fuck.
yeah, you get caught up in it and,
All right.
and stuff. But
And dude, like you don't want to sit there and keep watching it. Like think about a game and you like get so far into it, and then you have to like do a whole shitload of other stuff to get back to that point again.
Oh,
Like,
I've done it.
Most of the time, you don't go back into it.
Yeah,
yeah,
I do.
I mean, even with them speeding up, like getting back towards that point to pick other stuff, like, you know, how many times are you gonna do that to get where it is? And then once you get to the first one where like the end credit thing was an option, they let you go back and try a couple different things. Because that's how I watched the Netflix shit. Because I was hoping that symbol would have had something more to do with like the white bear thing than it ended up doing. So when it first came up, I didn't even pick Netflix. I picked the symbol.
Huh.
And then when I forget what the fuck happened, but they brought me back, and instead of it being Netflix, it was something else and the symbol.
Ah.
And then I seen a thing online that if you remembered shit from earlier in the episode, you could have fucking put a different code into the safe,
Right.
and different shit would have happened from that point too.
Where it's
All
like
I had was fucking toy and pack.
pack, toy, and something else too.
Yeah, those only two choices I remember seeing is pack and toy.
Oh wow.
And then,
No,
but
it
at
was,
one point, I do remember there was a whole like list on the bottom of like we could actually pick like letters, like it had like the whole alphabet where you could fucking go and click. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, but like I said, I don't know unless I really got nothing else going on and got a ton of free time. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and try to do all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right. You have no idea how many times I've started Morrowind, the Elder Scrolls 2 or 3. So I'm used to doing the same shit over and over. So it doesn't bother me.
Hey. Nah, I don't have that's one thing I was fucking used to hate about Mega Man.
You can't continue that.
Nope.
But yeah,
Can't mess around. But yeah.
Neverwinter Nights. Ugh.
What else? Anything else you want to say about this, guys?
Really liked the actor that played the main kid. He was a really good actor. Hell, everybody was.
Yeah, everybody was good.
Even the kid who looked like a monkey, Colin. He was good.
And his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, she was she was like freaking Courtney Love.
Kitty.
Yeah, she was crazy looking.
But yeah.
All right. Let's rate this bad boy and call it a night.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll kick it off. I'm going to go with a solid 4 out of 5 on this one. I think the story is pretty good. I think without this choose your own destiny kind of feel, if it played out in specific ways, it could have been more powerful. But at the same time, it was a fun experience. You know, it's definitely something that I wouldn't go back to, though. So maybe actually I'm going to drop it, though. No, because I would give it an 8 out of 10. So I'm gonna go with the 4 out of 5 still. I think it's pretty damn good, man. You know, especially for being like, you know, the first of its time in contemporary 2018-19, right? Not 1996 Florida little movie theater with buttons. I think it works, man. I think it works. It's gonna be a medium to see where they take it to. It does feel like Black Mirror, but I think like J-Mac nailed it. It will work better in other storytelling modes. So we'll see what happens. You could extract all the things Black Mirror style, just like we did in the last 2 episodes. Look at all the different themes. I mean, everything from Big Brother's watching to, you know, father-son relationships. I mean, you could look at it at so many different levels. Mental health, right? Technology, family, trust, all the crazy shit that goes with life. It's a beautiful thing. I think we did the episode justice here. So 4 out of 5 for the Black Mirror Bandersnatch. Jay Mizzle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4 or 5 as well. A lot of the stuff you said, Joe. To me, the experience of it was really, really cool.
Yeah,
of being able to pick and all that kind of shit. I'm not completely ruling out watching it again, but I'm not making it a priority. Like if I got time and I think of it, yeah, I'll throw it on and give it another shot and see what, you know, where it takes me. But I'm not going to go out of my way to, if I really got to have nothing else going on and nothing else I need to watch, which as busy as I've been getting and, you know, doing the stuff for the show, free time is very limited. So yeah, but you know, there was a couple other things. They kept showing that book, the something with the lock in the door or some shit like that. And I felt like this book was supposed to be like something. Well, I can't think of the fucking name of it. Did I write it down?
His book, the Bandersnatch book?
No, it was another book on the desk in his room, and it was Lock Door Get Key book. Lock Door Get Key.
Oh yeah,
was the book. And I'm trying to was related, like, why do they keep showing this fucking book? And all I could think of was the fucking his father had the key lock on the door to like his office or bedroom or whatever the fuck it was. But the like I felt the way they were showing that book that it had to have some kind of fucking meaning, and I just never got around to it. But anyway, I do hope they use this platform in other ways for other, you know, concepts or whatever, because it is fun, man. And like I said, I'd love to do some fucking real deal fucking, you know, troll killing or something.
I mean that look door find key thing, that's like when he has to get the key from the father and go in the door.
Right, yeah, but I felt maybe, I don't know, maybe because I watched the same thing over and over again a couple times, picking stuff that I don't know. Anyway, I just remember standing out.
Unlock an actual door.
Yeah, like I fucking, and then like even the through the looking glass stuff when he takes that one thing and he goes and touches the mirror and goes fucking through it, like you know, all those kind of references were fucking cool. But a 4 out of 5 for me. It was cool, you know. I think it's worth for people to check out.
All right, and Bill.
Well, funny enough, I also gave this a 4 out of 5. The good things are great. The bad things, I really didn't have many bad things other than the fact that they throw out some bullshit. All right, it's binary. You have 2 choices. I didn't like that. I would like more choices. I would like different things to happen, like a real choose your own adventure book where like you can branch off. Like if he were to jump off the balcony, I would love to see him wake up in a new dimension, things like that. Like if they did more, but I get it.
You know, what if they uploaded more endings and more options?
Yeah, see that you can't rule that out either. They could fucking be like, oh, go back. But one of the things I did, I forget where it was at, but it literally only gave me the choice of no.
Really?
Yeah, there was one point where you could only choose one option.
No, there's one that was yeah and fuck yeah.
Yeah, there was that. That was when you picked Netflix, and then it turned into a fucking. Well, I think if you clicked yeah, he ends up being in a movie.
Right.
No, fuck yeah, he goes to jump out the window. He's in whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. But fuck yeah, he has that badass fight with the fucking chick.
Yeah.
He's like, my friend from the future or whatever. So
yeah. My friend from the future.
Awesome. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, J-Mac.
No, I fucking lost the thought. Go ahead.
But yeah, if there were more choices, that would be good. If there was more of like into the story, it'd be better. So, however, the good thing is I'll watch it again. I saw it about 20 times. But when my daughter comes to visit over the weekend, I'm going to make her watch it and see what she chooses. My son, I want him to watch it and see what he chooses. You know, so it's like I'm curious to see other people like get involved with this experience. So
yeah, and they both pick kill dad, and then you can't sleep that night.
Oh boy!
Wake up, kid standing there to
daddy up or bury daddy. What's gonna be?
But like the fact that my kids don't know the 80s. Oh, actually, it's not true. They're kind of familiar with the 80s, but I want to see like the music choice. My daughter's like, all right, I don't know who these bands are, but okay.
So I want to triangle.
Yeah, who that? What?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Is it a real band?
I don't know.
I guess they were betting on everyone to play Thompson Twins because we know them.
Yeah, even it being picked in like 1984 and all that type of shit, it's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, so I love seeing other people make their choices after I've already seen them all, just to see where they're going. You know, it's a good party movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's like it's an experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to sit there and critique it straight up as a story or whatever, the experience of it is fucking cool. And it's the first time I got to experience something like that film wise. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I also gave it a 4 out of 5.
All right. Excellent. There it is. Black Mirror's Bandersnatch. The ultra technology meta free will versus control commentary on society. Netflix original. Here it is, folks. To bed. It's been a pleasure. Next time on Slice and Dice Strikecast, what do we have?
We
Bill?
got go ahead, Bill. No, let Bill do it. It's his
The movie
his
or
baby.
the all right.
Throw it out there, man.
We are finally gonna fucking watch one of my I can't say favorites, but one of my movies I rented over and over and over and over, and I still own it. River's Edge. Keanu Reeves, Crispin Glover, and Joshua Miller.
All right.
Oh, and Dennis Hopper.
Mr. Hopper. We'll pair that up with the logo that we discussed from Bandersnatch that you've seen. It looks like a U with a tail upside down.
Or the reverse. Because you have two choices.
Yeah.
So the tail coming down to two choices.
White Bear. Next time on Slice and Dice Dreadcast.
Right on.